Let me start with this. If you've been waiting for Florida's housing market to fall apart, if you've been bracing for a crash, if you've been thinking, I'll just wait and see what happens next, well, here's the reality. The Florida housing market didn't crash, it didn't collapse, and it didn't fall off of a cliff. Instead, it adjusted. And as we head into 2026, what we're seeing across Florida and very clearly here in Martin County on the Treasure Coast is a market that has finally found firmer ground. Not overheated, not frozen, but balanced. And that changes everything for buyers and sellers. Today, I'm going to break down what's really happening in the Florida housing market entering 2026, why economists are cautiously optimistic, and what this stabilization actually means right here in Martin County, not just in theory, but in real world decisions. Because this market rewards strategy, not guesswork. Why the Florida housing market feels different right now? Well, the biggest shift over the last year hasn't been prices, it's been confidence. Mortgage rates eased slightly in the second half of 2025, not dramatically, not enough to make flashy headlines, but enough to change behavior. And small changes in rates have had a surprisingly big impact. Across Florida, we're now seeing sales increasing consistently for the first time in years, time on the market leveling instead of stretching longer and longer, inventory still available but no longer piling up, and in plain English, buyers are no longer paralyzed. Sellers are no longer calling the shots just because they list their home for sale, and the market is functioning again, and that's a healthy thing. Hello, if we haven't met yet, I'm Maria Wells. I'm a Florida realtor based right here on the Treasure Coast of Florida, and I work with buyers and sellers throughout Martin County every day, helping them navigate real pricing, real negotiations, and real expectations. This channel is all about clarity over headlines and strategy over fear. Now, let's talk about what this stabilization looks like locally. Martin County housing market showing signs of stability. When you zoom into Martin County, the data tells a very grounded story. Single-family home sales are up year over year. Prices are holding steady with modest movement instead of wild swings. Inventory is hovering right around 5 months of supply. And that matters because 5 to 5.5 months of supply is considered a balanced market, meaning neither the buyers nor the sellers have a clear upper hand on the market. Homes are selling, but not just because they exist. Buyers are selective and sellers have to be realistic. This is no longer a market where you test a high price and see what happens. It's a market where how you enter the market determines how you exit the market. What sellers in Martin County need to do in 2026, and if you're a seller, this market requires a mindset shift. Buyers are no longer rushing. They're comparing, they're negotiating, and they're absolutely paying attention to condition and value. So what is working for sellers right now? Pricing it correctly from day one is number one. Understanding that overpricing doesn't lead to higher offers, it leads to longer days on market. Presenting a home that feels well cared for and move-in ready is ultimately important. And the homes that sell first in Martin County right now are not necessarily the cheapest, they're the best positioned. Sellers who anchor themselves to 2021 or early 2022 pricing tend to chase the market downward. Sellers who launch correctly tend to control the conversation. Those days back then are over. This current market is a strategy market. Condo and townhomes are slower, but not broken. Condos and townhomes in Martin County are a different story and an important one. This segment is moving more slowly with higher months of supply, longer time to contract, more buyer scrutiny, and buyers are reading condo documents. They're asking about reserves. They're factoring in association fees and future costs. And there are so many condos on the market buyers can compare to. This doesn't mean that condos aren't selling. This just means that buyers are cautious and sellers need to be prepared. Well-managed communities with clear financials and realistic pricing are still moving. Others, they're taking a bit longer. So what do buyers need to do in this market? Well, if you're a buyer in Martin County heading into 2026, this is not a market to sit on the sidelines and waiting for a dramatic drop. But it is a market where preparation gives you the leverage. Smart buyers are fully pre-approved. That is absolutely key. They are focused on specific neighborhoods, not broad averages. They're ready to act when the right home appears. And you may not get the fire sale price, but you can negotiate. Sellers are giving credits. There are inspection-related concessions, better overall terms. And the opportunity right now is not panic, it's patience paired with readiness. So if we look ahead to 2026, it's likely to bring, according to economists, two realistic paths. If mortgage rates stay roughly where they are, this steady balanced market continues. If rates ease further, sales activity could pick up and price growth could turn modestly positive again. Either way, the outlook for Florida, and especially in Martin County, is cautiously optimistic. Not frantic, not fearful, just grounded. The Florida housing market entering 2026 isn't about guessing what might happen. It's about understanding what is happening and making decisions based on real data, not outdated expectations. This is a market where good information wins, where strategy matters, and where local knowledge makes a real difference. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Martin County, this is exactly the kind of market where having the right guidance matters most. Make sure you subscribe for future updates to my videos. And if you want help navigating your specific situation, comment below. I promise I will get back to you. And until next time, stay sunny.